Not with OBS. I've had problems with OBS for some reason.
Well, you got it figured out. You figured it right out.
Oh, fell down.
Whichever. Now, if you want to play with that scaling in that game, because I've upped it, and it is actually really nice. So
Yeah.
depending on that 4070 Supra and what it can do, you might be
Well,
able to run it
the
here
4070
4K.
Super is designed and it is marketed as a 1440p card.
Yeah, that's what my 3080 is.
So, and it can do some 4K, especially in the older games like Red Dead 2.
Yes. Well,
But
Red Dead 2 is not originally, for 4K, but
yeah,
you can
that's what I
upscale
mean though,
to
right?
4K using the card. Yeah.
That's what I
Yeah, you would
mean.
be talking about more like Cyberpunks, or stuff like that.
Oh yeah. But I just mean like, how do I explain it? In these older games where the game is much easier to run,
Scaling.
like Red Dead 2,
Yes.
you
Yeah,
can
Red Dead 2
definitely
is written for a
play 4K.
2080. Yeah.
Yeah, you can play 4K in this definitely with a 4070 Super. Okay, and how have you checked the stream out on the thingy?
What is it?
On the stream on my YouTube.
Oh, I'm pulling it up now.
Okay, perfect.
Can you see my screen?
Oh no, I have my OBS on my other monitor now.
Okay, I've got your stream up right now.
How's
Or
it?
wait a minute. Wait a minute. What stream am I pulling? Is this the live one? No, this is
How?
not live. This is your other one.
Okay,
I just pulled up your other one you streamed 41 minutes ago.
so you should just be able to
I
click on
click
my
on
little
it
logo,
and then go to the logo.
and then you should be able to see it.
Yep,
And
I
we'll
see it.
see if it.
Oh, sweet.
How is it?
Okay. Yeah. Oh, it looks
I'm
sharp.
looking on my OBS. It says 0 frames dropped, so it's not dropping below that 60 FPS.
It looks sharp on my screen right now. But
And
I'm not
it's.
playing it. Oh, crud.
I'm gonna go do this moonshiner. You see how it looks then. Yeah, it says 0 frame. Oh, Jesus. 0 dropped frames. It is running at a still 60 FPS for you right now.
Yes. Yes, I've got it 1080, 60 frames.
Okay, let's do this little guy.
Oh, it looks good on my screen, by the way. How's the inputs feel?
It feels really good. Like, I don't feel any delay.
Well, you hadn't fired anything yet. So you should have quicker accusation. In other words, when you target them, it should be quicker now. With that triple buffer and all that turned off.
Yeah.
Which I was going to get around to showing Orchid that, but all that went to poop.
Yeah. It's just really sad, to be honest, actually.
I agree.
Well, that was easy.
I've got nothing against them.
I've got nothing against Orchid. No way in hell would I ever.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I had nothing against
Oh, that feels actually
Gen
really
X
good.
or Orchid.
I never really liked Gen X personally.
Like I said, I've never had anything against him. But the thing is he did, right there at the end, he only said one thing that was upsetting to me, and that was, I went to play that Breakpoint, and I streamed it, right? But, being a dum-dum, I screwed up the chat, where you logged into your chat.
Oh, yeah?
Well, I didn't log into it. I exited it, and then I haven't been able to pull it back up. And so when I log in, my chat doesn't show.
And what did he say?
Well, I didn't know they were there. They were in there cheering for me, right? But I couldn't see them.
Yeah.
And so after I got done streaming, when I went to exit the OBS, it showed me the comments. And they were, cheering me on. And so I went straight into their stream, because they were streaming Red Dead at the time. And I was getting ready to fire up to go into the game, and they were sitting there talking, and she figured it out. Orchid said to me that she knew that I was, a dum dum. It didn't log in to the chat. She knew it because I'd done it before.
Mm-hmm.
But right when I was fixing to leave, he commented and said he doubted it. He told her he doubted that that's what I did.
So, was he trying to say that you did it on purpose, like if you were
He
ignoring
said,
them?
yeah, that's what he implied was I did it on purpose.
Wow.
In other words, I wasn't being a dum dum about it. I was purposely, like snubbing them. And I just couldn't understand. I was like, why would you go to that?
He's just.
Here we are supposedly, I know we're not technically friends in real life or anything, but we game together a lot.
The thing is,
So I
Gen
thought we
X
were
is just like. Gen
battle
X
buddies.
is a dick. I don't like
I
him.
don't
I've
know.
never.
I don't want to say it. I hate saying that about people, except for racist people. I have no problem saying that. I just think he's confused, and I don't really want to dislike him, but I understand. I think what you're fixing to tell me is he is a little hot-headed, isn't he?
I don't. I never liked him since the first day I met him.
I just know that I've heard him talk to other people, and I've heard him.
The way that he
say
talks
things.
to Midnight and Orchid and stuff, it's just terrible.
Yeah, Midnight. Now she's been telling me, and I need to go back and watch some of the vids to see, make sure. But yeah, she says that he's completely rude. She sent me a DM that's inside Discord. What do they call it? Message. Okay. So I get a message from her, and she says that this is the final time that he's burnt the bridge and that he's done all these things, and I'm like, what? And so I listened to her, and I think it was you were there with me, and she explained everything to me, and I was just so laid out.
What did he say?
She was just saying that he was rude to her,
Yeah.
and to certain people in her chat and his chat.
Yeah.
And she's asked him, or she told me, and she's asked him several times to stop. He wouldn't do it.
Because he sees himself as, he doesn't listen, okay? I'm trying to explain it. He doesn't
I'm pretty
listen.
bad about that myself.
He doesn't cooperate, he doesn't listen, it's just annoying.
I hate to hear it, because I have those qualities too. I'm blockheaded from time to time too.
But the thing is, I haven't had problems with you, really.
I can tell, and I appreciate.
No, I've never had problems with you. But
no, I have no problems with you either.
Gen X, the first day I met him, he pissed me off, and I couldn't explain it.
Ouch.
He pissed me off.
I hate to hear it.
I hate it.
I hate to hear it.
And
well, the only thing I ever if I ever start to show signs of stress, that's from people beating up on my character. It stresses me, but not to the point it's horrible bad. It just stresses me. I'm OCD, I guess is how you say it.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I get into the game. Now, if I was playing a male character, whoop up on it all day. Female character, I don't know what it is about it. It's personal.
But what I was trying to say is, if I wasn't trying to be on Orchid's good side, I probably would have gotten pretty mad at him because he was just really annoying me.
Gotcha.
I'm a very tolerant person at times, but he sends me over the edge.
I can tell you.
I'm trying to explain it, but whenever I'm at work, I'm very tolerant. Okay, I put up with a lot of shit.
Okay.
If that's the way of putting it, I guess, right? I put up with a lot of shit.
That's work.
And if people piss me off, they know they pissed me off because I will say it. I'm not gonna tell them that I'm not mad. I'm gonna tell them straight to their face, you're pissing me off. Yeah. Okay.
You wear your emotions on your sleeves.
Yeah, I've told this girl before who's I don't like her that much, but
gotcha.
She left the doors unlocked one day because she doesn't like to reach up and lock the top thing of the door. And of the front door of the bakery.
Okay, gotcha.
So
Front
like
door of the bakery.
the doors blew open in the middle of the night.
Oh wow, that kind of went.
So
Wow.
when she came to work the next day and she's like, "Can you lock it for me, please?" I'm like, "You know you can get on like a chair and do it yourself, right? You know,
Yeah.
it's like you can do that." And she's like, "But I
Oh,
don't
how
like
tall
doing
is she?
it." She's not the shortest person in the bakery. Everyone else does it themselves. It's just her. She likes to be like difficult, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does. I've worked with her.
Yeah. And she's like,
Is it
I
purposely, or do you think it's more of along the like
well,
kind of ditzy?
I'll tell her what she said to me. She says, "I don't really like doing it because I don't like getting on the chair." Okay? And I'm like, "Okay."
Ah,
But what I said to her is after that was, "You do realize you get on a chair every single morning to do the drinks fridge, right? Count everything up there. So you're being hypocritical right now because you literally do it. You literally did it like less
in other
than
words,
an hour ago."
there's another reason she's just not given.
Could there be?
I don't know. If she's climbing up on a chair, you witnessed her climb up on a chair, and she told you she didn't like to climb on a chair, do this one task, then something else is at play.
So basically after that, and she's like, "Well, I don't know." And like I just said, "Can you?" And then she's like, "Why don't you just do it then?" And I'm like, "Okay." I said, "Rachel, get on the fucking chair and do it
Is that her
yourself."
name? Is that her name?
Yeah. I was like, "Rachel, get on the fucking chair and do it yourself."
I,
I was
I
just,
listen to this comedian that makes fun of people that says he doesn't like to call them Karen, he likes to call them Rachel.
oh, well, she's a Rachel.
I love it.
She pisses me off. I was flat strap all day. Okay, I didn't get a break basically.
Oh,
I was non-stop all day, and she'd just stand around and do nothing. I'm like, "Rachel, what?" And she's like, I'm like, "Rachel, what are you doing?" And she's like, I'm just thinking of something to do." I'm like, "Okay, I can give you something to do."
Right.
And then I tell her what to do, and then she goes off and does it, and then has a break halfway through doing it. Stands around. I'm like, "Rachel, what the fuck are you doing?" She's like, "I'm just having a little break." I'm like, "Rachel, I don't have time for your little break. We are already behind, and I need to get this stuff done. Otherwise, I am going to be held back into the
What are you doing?
after hours."
What is it you do?
I'm
I know
closing
you work
the
in a
store.
bakery, but you're closing the store. Oh, so
Okay.
you work out front or in
Yeah.
the back?
I work out
Oh,
front and out back. I do everything.
Okay.
So in the afternoons, I'm doing everything. I am decorating. I am baking. I am closing the doors.
And
I'm
they only
counting
pay you
the money.
$11 an hour.
Not $11 an hour. I'm paid on 25 because I'm managerial. I told you
okay.
before. I told you before.
But there's people that make $11 an hour.
Oh yeah. Like
that sucks.
our lower employees would make $11 an hour, like when they first join.
Yeah, I like working for companies where everyone's equal. Management all the way down. In other words, the lowest to the highest. I like for them to be equal.
I don't. It's not that like I don't treat my employees as equals. I do.
Well, I
because
don't think money should have anything to do with whether people, outwork another person.
Oh,
In other words,
yeah.
my performance shouldn't be based on. In other words, my pay should not be based on my ability to do 5,000 things versus someone else can only do 1,000 things.
The thing is, whenever I work.
In other words,
okay.
if you were born, say, LeBron James.
Yep.
See where I'm going with that?
Yep. Greatest basketball player.
Yeah, only because of genetics. In other words, he didn't work out all his life. He didn't do none of that. Genetics just worked in his favor. So he gets paid millions because he was born just right. I disagree with that.
Now, what I was going to try and say was before, whenever I work with my people, I always do a 50-50 split on everything.
Well, I mean, I don't think you have any say-so in their pay. I think that comes down to the company and the business and the products.
Yeah. I do
blah, blah, blah.
I do a 50-50 split in all the work and stuff. So we're all doing, but I do.
I understand what you're saying. That's the money. You're just splitting up all the duties.
Because I like to make sure everyone is always like I'm not. It's not like I'm sitting back doing fuck all and they're doing everything.
Right.
Because I know some people who do work there and they do that, and I always tell them off because I'm like, "Get off your fucking ass! What are you doing?" But I always try and make sure I'm not slacking off. I'm always trying to do as much work as the other person is.
Do you have drivers?
Drivers? What do you mean?
Yeah. Do y'all deliver the bakery to other stores?
Oh, no, we don't do that.
Okay.
But, like, I always try and make sure whenever I'm working, I'm not doing less work than the other person. But the thing is with Rachel, I give her the 50-50 split, and she does fuck all the whole time. She like
sucks, man.
gets about a quarter of her work done in the first hour. Well, not a quarter. Like, I mean, a quarter of the work she should have gotten done in the first hour. I'm like, okay, Rachel, what are you doing? Like, because the thing is, I tell her many times, if you can just do it right the first time, I'll be really happy. Okay? But the thing is, whenever I'm walking around the store, I just see things that aren't done correctly, and my OCD gets triggered. And I'm like, why?
I know the feeling.
So,
I know the feeling.
On Wednesday afternoon, I got her to finish out the back. So I got her to clean everything out there and then sweep the floors. And I was going to go back there and mop it. And I go out there getting ready to mop. And she didn't clean the mixer. And my OCD was just like, why didn't you not clean the mixer? And it was so dirty too. And I'm like, oh. So I'm like, Rachel, come out here. I'm like, Rachel, did you clean the back? And she's like, yes, I did. Are you confident? And she's like, yes. And then I show her the mixer. I'm like, well, you didn't. And I'm like, just remember next time to clean the mixer, okay? Because I'm always like,
yes.
Just remember next time I need you to do it. And right now I'm going to get you to fix that up, and I'm going to go do what else I can do in the meantime. But, well, for example, today, when I was working with her, I got her to clean out the pie warmer and stuff. So take out all the food and box it up for the homeless, because we give out leftover food to the homeless and stuff.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I got her to
good company.
I got her to box it all up, and then I got her to clean it out. I told her to clean the glass and the inside and the outside. So to wipe it down with all that stuff and clean it. And when we were closing, like literally when I was about to walk out the door, I look at the glass on the doors, and my OCD gets triggered. Do you know why?
Yeah, wow.
Because it wasn't done. She didn't do it. She thought I wouldn't notice. And she's like, and I'm like, Rachel, did you do it? And she's like, yes. And I'm like, what is this then? And I show her, and it looks terrible. It looks like it hasn't been done, because it probably wasn't done. I'm like, please, don't lie to me, because it like annoys me.
That sucks, man.
I just don't like working with her at all.
Hey,
It's
you wanna
amazing.
try that breakpoint?
Oh, I was just gonna see if I was just gonna go into like a gunfight with someone and see if the frames drop at all.
Okay.
Because I've got the
I
OBS
looked it up.
set up.
I looked it up, and it shows how to share that. In other words,
Oh, perfect.
create
A family.
a family. Yes, and then I send you an invite, and then you get to play whatever games I have. That's awesome.
It is, yeah. There is some amazing people who work at the bakery, and I always take care of them. Okay.
Yes.
I always make sure that they're okay, like especially after school. I know sometimes after school I'm really flustered and angry and I don't want to be there. And I know lots of people also experience that. But I always try and be helpful and supportive. And I always try and be the best version of me I can and help everyone I can. But I love my boss, I love my job. Right now, I've got a list of things that Rachel has messed up, and I'm just giving it to my boss. I'm like, yeah, this is a list of things that she's done, and it's pissed me off. Because honestly, seriously, I've given her about 6 months worth of trying to fix her up and retrain her. It's not working. Each time she messes something up, I'm like, okay, Rachel, remember to do that next time. And the next day she doesn't do it. I'm like, Rachel, remember to do it next time. And she doesn't do it. So, it's just kind of annoying, because I've shown her how to do things, and she's, by the way, this Rachel girl has been there for about a year longer than me. And she used to be in my position, but she ended up getting demoted from it, because she had no work ethic. I ended up taking her position. seriously. It's not that hard to just work well. It's not like we're even doing anything unreasonable. Everything that you do is in your contract, Rachel. Because I read my contract. I had to sign a new contract when I took up the new position I was given. Everything I do is in my contract, and I agree. Everything she did is in her contract, and she agreed to it.
You're done here.
If she's not happy with it, she can go take a fucking drink. One afternoon, you know those people that like to basically be a dramatic sort of person and like to get out of doing work and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So one day, she was like complaining about her wrist and said it was really badly hurting. I was like, okay. I said, what wrist is it? And she pointed to her left one. Okay. And then she ended up holding, after a bit, like about 30 minutes later, she ended up like bracing her right wrist instead of her left wrist. I'm like, okay, well now I know you're lying, because you're bracing the wrong wrist. And this other time. So, you know how like, when you're cleaning something, you usually sweep and move under things? Like, you move things and sweep under them, right?
Yes.
She doesn't do that. She doesn't sweep under the benches. It took me a long time to actually get her to actually start sweeping under things. Because she thinks I don't notice. But the second I started working with her, basically what I did, the first shift I worked with her is I started writing down everything. And then I gave it to her at the end of the shift. I'm like, okay, this is all the things I noticed. It was about 2 pages long. I need you to fix this up. And that's what I gave her to do. I said, whoever you work with next week, focus on fixing this up. Because I wasn't gonna, I didn't usually always work with her. But I just wrote down everything. I was like, okay, this, this. Fix it up, please. And she still hasn't fixed up a lot of the stuff on that list. And I was talking to my boss this afternoon because I went into her house to drop off the keys to the shop. I was like, Anna, I tell you what, if this girl doesn't go soon, I'm gonna end up killing her because she sends me mad.
Right.
That's what I told her. And I was talking to her about how she, like, when she was messing up one time, I said, okay, I can tell, because I was telling her, you know, Tash knows all of this shit that happens, right? Whenever you mess up, I tell Tash, which is our boss.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't care. Tash can fire me. I'm like, oh, okay. So I tell her that this up. I tell my boss that this afternoon. I'm like, okay, just so you know, Rachel says she doesn't care if Tash fires, which means she doesn't seem to care that if she messes up. She doesn't care to improve herself. She doesn't see that she should be focusing on improving herself so that she keeps her job. She doesn't see it as necessary. She thinks, well, I guess it's not important, right? It's not important that I improve at what I do. And I said to her face, okay, if that's how you feel. And I gave her, like, the death stare. I was like, if that's how you feel. And she kind of, like, looked dead for a minute because she knew that I was going to end up telling Tash that. But yeah, she makes me want to... I can't handle her. Her voice, everything. Ooh, I got a cougar.
Oh.
Do you see this?
I got that Steam. I figured it out. I've got it all ready to go. I just gotta send you the invite.
I'm
And
dead.
when you get it, you'll have to download the game. I think it's like near 70 gig download.
Well, that'll take probably 2.5 hours for me.
I know it, but
Okay.
also that the graphics on that